we are going to move on. That's the 9 versus 8. And Georgia people, I put the thing, I put it in the chat, so definitely hop on in. Hey, I'm coming to you, Eric. Number 11 seed SMU is hosted by number 6 seed Penn State in the James Franklin I Need to Win game. We're talking about Ryan Day. I think we definitely need to be talking about some James Franklin
100%.
And what this game means to him. What are your thoughts on James? And hosting a playoff game is big, but you got to win.
Man, this is going to hurt to say, and Alex is going to get. This is going to be like an IU JMU kind of thing. So I want to say Penn State is not going to win this game. I do not think Penn State is a top 10 football team in the country. With that said, I think they are built better for within the trenches. I think SMU has some great talent on the outside. I don't know how that's going to hold up in Happy Valley when it's freaking cold out. You just saw
they're doing a whiteout too.
Yeah, you saw Clemson impose their will in the second half of that game. I don't think Clemson is as physical as Penn State is this year. And at the end of the day, they're just going to throw it to their tight end 47 times. And they're okay with doing that. I think SMU is really talented, but I have a hard time seeing them win in the trenches. And I think in that weather, that's going to be a big, big difference.
Yeah, and I mean, to that point, Alex, like we've talked about this. We talked about it before this season even started. Once you start getting into these games in December, in potentially January, in the north, where it gets cold, where it gets snowy, where, the weather becomes a serious factor in this game. And then you got a team from Texas where don't get that cold down there all the time, coming up north to play a game like this. Like Eric said, Penn State is built for this type of game. And I think the bigger question is, who is SMU really? I mean, are they ACC good, or is this the caliber of a team that could shock the world and start with Penn State?
I don't think it is. I think you look at the 2 times they've played teams with really good defenses, that being BYU and Clemson, they couldn't handle it both times. Penn State's got a top 5 defense, I think, in the country. They've got guys at every level that are going to be NFL starters within the next 3 to 5 years. And I think if you're Andy Kotelnicki, the Penn State offense coordinator, all you need is these 4 words: Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton.
There you go.
There's where Eric said they're going to pass 47 times. I think it's Tyler Warren. These guys should each get 25, 30 carries. That should be, if you're going to run 100 plays on offense, that should be your 100 plays right there. I think Penn State's got to punch them in the mouth. You get them in that environment, you're physical with them early. In that whiteout, cold weather, you hit them in the mouth early, it's over. I think right off the bat. Kind of sounds like I'm being a Big Ten homer here. I don't mean to be. I just don't like these 2 matchups for the other teams in these situations.
Oh yeah. I look. I am one. Obviously, we've all seen a 30 for 30. We've all seen Pony XS and the whole story of the Craig James and Eric Dickerson and the death penalty. So I'm somebody that, like, I watched when June Jones took over and kind of brought them back, and I watched, the metamorphosis from a school that didn't have a program to now getting back to where they are. I love that they are in this particular situation. I just fear that it's not setting up for them. And we talk about the environment. We talk about kind of, James Franklin and Penn State, and they're kind of due and they're hungry and they have something to prove themselves. But I mean, listen, the story alone, Eric, is amazing. SMU getting here, nobody had that on their bingo card at the beginning of the season. To have the season that they had and to get there, Jennings has over 3,000 yards in the air. I mean, they have a solid D line. Maybe I'm an ACC homer. Is there a way we shock the world? Can the Mustangs bring the ACC back to prominence?
Yes, they can. Because Penn State sucks.
Oh.
But
he's not wrong.
Hey, I won't go too far down the line on this. I'm just going to get it out there real quick. This is the battle of the one team that got the death penalty versus the only other team that should have gotten the death penalty. I won't go too far down it, but
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Somebody knows.
Yeah. Hey, this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, I think we're kind of on the line that Penn State should get this one done. But hey, SMU's been shocking people all year long. Let's see if they can continue that up, continue that going.
If Drew Aller's got to be the guy, they're in trouble. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what you said, to keep Drew Aller clean and to keep him upright, you got it. Those running backs, you got to consistently feed them. This needs to be 1986 Penn State, with their coach and all that, where it's run the ball, really good defense, and don't say anything, just show up and play the game. And if they do that, I think they do come away with a win in this. Here's one that's going to be very interesting, and I'm going to go the same way. Chris, Penn State, SMU. Is this who you got in this one?
I'll probably be taking a nap during this game because Penn State goes out there and wins this game with ease.
They're going to run all over him. Hey, Handy, what you think?
I have to apologize. I was distracted. My little girl Luna back there is tell him about the dogs, Daddy. Tell him about the dogs. She's back there barking. She's like little Hoppin' Bob from Life. Like, tell him about the gun line, boss. Wow. SMU, Penn State. I think that Penn State is probably going to be one of the better defenses that SMU has faced. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up. I'm thinking I got SMU confused with. I got the mascot from SMU confused with Ashton Genty galloping down the field. I think that SMU. Seriously, that dude is a monster. Did you see him? I'm a sidebar for just a second. I want to say it was the conference championship. Did you see him just literally give somebody the death touch stiff arm? Like he barely touched him, and dude just fell out. That's how
you can pick probably about 6 or 7 games this year. He's done that.
That boy is strong. I mean, he's strong in a special kind of way.
He got that Derrick Henry stiff arm.
Oh yeah.
He literally almost
brace on there, that bionic. Yeah.
Almost like 2 fingers is like just put 2 fingers on him. It's like go to sleep. See you later. I realistically talking, I want to give Penn State the benefit of the doubt, but as much as I want to, I just can't. I can't see it happening. I want to, because I have good friends that are Penn State fans, and they, like us, have long suffered for another national championship. Well, before we won them 2 back there, but I do that a lot. I'm gonna keep doing that for a little bit. So y'all just get used to that. I see SMU winning this one. I do. I got SMU beating Penn State.
See, and here's where my random facts come out. Anthony's just a hater of James Franklin because he can't stand when James Franklin tried to fight Mike Rick at the 50-yard line at Vanderbilt Stadium.
Let's go.
I was just going to say again, no coincidence the Vanderbilt fan goes for James Franklin. We're right.
I ain't mad at James Franklin. Wasn't nobody studying James Franklin because if James Franklin really wanted to fight with Mark Rick, did he not see all 878 of them boys run up and curb stomp all over the Florida end zone in the Georgia-Florida game? He did not want that smoke. That was just a show for the cameras. And then he did the Kevin Hart daddy thing. Yeah, that's right. You better keep walking. You see, wait a minute, hold on. You see, he wanted to smoke with Mark Rick, but you see, when the Maryland coach was getting ready to go at him, he's like, "Well, if that's what you think, then that's cool."
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
He was not feeling him. Yeah, Loxley was not happy. He held him in close. He said, "What you think, Colin?"
Yeah, dude, I'm going SMU. I think they're gonna squeak this out. I think they're gonna win it as well. I've been thinking about that one. Just something about I can't put my finger on it, but I just think SMU's gonna squeak it out. Maybe a field goal, maybe a last minute field goal to seal it.
Yeah, I can dig it. Alex, what you think?
So par for the course here. I got another blowout. I don't think this is close. I think for SMU, this is one of the worst draws they could have got. As far as the defense, the running game, everything, the environment. Like I said before, we're getting the whiteout game again with Penn State. That stadium is going to be rocking. This is the biggest game they've played in years. They are going to be ready for it. I do not think this is close. I think it's over by halftime.
Yeah, I also got Penn State, cold weather at home, great running game, one of the best tight ends in the country, great defense. I think they do it. Shout out to SMU representing the ACC, but
yeah, they've had a hell of a year.
Yeah, they've had a great year, and for them to be in the spot, I love that. And I think they're going to put up a fight, but I think this game is too important to James Franklin and Penn State to get this dub and to move on. So I got them going.
College Football Update with your host, Sean Spencer and Alex Russo.